Welcome to the Desco Europe webinar on personal grounding testers. My name is Tim Hackett. I'm the Regional Sales Manager for Desco Europe, and joining me on this call is Stephen Burns, the Desco Europe Brand Manager. Please ask your questions as we go. We will break for answers roughly halfway through the webinar, and there'll also be a chance for us to answer any further questions at the end. Depending on the type of GoToMeeting you're using, your question box will look like the image on the left-hand side of your screen or the right-hand side. So the overview and things that we will go through during this webinar: the importance of periodic touch testers and an ESD control plan, preferred testers for different applications, and unique features of Desco Europe products. So why do we use periodic touch testers? Operator grounding is the foundation of any ESD control program. IEC 61340-5-1 requires companies to create a log of compliance verification records, and some testers can control access to ESD protected areas. So personal grounding in an ESD protected area, we are going to be focusing on the IEC 61340-5-1 2016 document, which you can purchase and download from the IEC website, which we have provided a link at the top of this page, and we will send out a copy of the PowerPoint at the end of the webinar. And we are focusing on Table 2, the compliance verification for wrist straps and footwear. So if we look at the table in a little bit more detail, you can see that there is no lower limit noted in the EIC 61340-5-1. However, there is an upper limit for both the wrist strap and footwear. And we've taken an extract from the technical report of the IEC 61340-5-2, which talks about wrist straps having a current limiting resistor bolted into the ground cord. The type of touch testers that we will go through today will vary from our entry level all the way up to the next generation of personal grounding testers. All of our testers are made in the USA or the UK. They are calibrated to NIST standards with included certificate, and they're made in accordance with the requirements and recommendations of ESD Association. So we'll start with the basic entry level portable wrist strap tester. This tests the path to ground and presence of a 1 megohm current limiting resistor. It gives 3 results: a fail high, fail low, and a pass. Now, if you were to fail high, this indicates a lack of path to ground or an open circuit. And if it's a fail low, it indicates a lack of a 1 megohm of resistance. As it's portable, there is a 9-volt battery power supply, which is supplied with the unit. As we go up a level, the AC outlet analyzer with wrist strap tester is the next level of portable wrist strap testing. It verifies proper AC outlet wiring, provides a grounding point, and it's ideal for field applications. It's small, it fits into your pocket. So if you haven't got a grounded work surface, you can plug into the AC outlet and you're there as a grounded operator on the work surface. As I said, we're going to stop for questions about halfway through. We've reached that point. Stephen, do we have any questions at this point in time?
Yeah, so we have 2 questions. They actually cover the same topic. So the questions are, why is there no lower limit on wrist straps mentioned on the standard? And very much related to that, why do most wrist straps have a 1 megohm resistor if there's no lower limit to the standard? And the reason for that is the scope of the standard is to give the technical requirements for ESD grounding, and as far as a technical requirement is concerned, there's no lower limit required. You could be at 2 ohms, and that's fine from an ESD point of view. The 1 megohm resistor is included in most personal grounding equipment as a safety feature for the operator. So it's not to do with preventing against ESD and static damage to components. It's to do with protecting the operator, keeping in mind that most of the time the operator is grounded by connecting to the earth of the electrical system. And if there were to be a fault of some kind, some machinery fails or something like that, potentially the ground loop could become live, and that could affect the operator. So the 1 megohm resistor is there to blow, if that were to happen, disconnect the operator from that live source and prevent them coming to any harm. So that's why there's no lower limit on the technical requirements, but it is included in most personal grounding equipment as a safety feature. Tim, back to you, and any other questions that come in, we'll pick up at the end.
Okay, thank you, Stephen. So now we move on to the combo wrist strap and footwear tester. This one has separate test circuits for wrist straps and foot grounders, so you have to test your wrist strap and your foot grounders individually. This comes with a 9-volt battery, and you can either have a foot plate or a stand with this unit. Moving on to the next level is the Combo Tester X3, which has simultaneous testing of a wrist strap, which can test single wire or dual wire, and foot grounders. As you can see, you've got the dual wire foot plate there, and it does a test within about 2 seconds. With this tester, it has adjustable ranges, which allows to be used with shoes, and a relay for use with automatic doors or other locking systems to control access to the ESD protected area. Now, this is our next generation of tester. This is the really high-level, high-end tester, which we're not going to go into too much detail today, but this is the SmartLog Pro, and this creates test record database for ongoing auditing and quality control, monitors the ESD status of operators, and integrates with existing access control systems. So all of our units, you can purchase calibration, verification, and limit comparators or calibration units for these personal grounding testers. You can check the test limits without removing it from the workplace. So if you were to send off the tester to a calibration house, you may have a downtime of about 1 to 2 weeks without having a personal grounding tester in your facility. Having a calibration unit, it takes that down to a couple of minutes. You're able to do that yourself and then install the unit back onto the wall or back onto the stand, wherever you keep it. So this is the personal grounding testers that we've gone through during this presentation. We have again provided a link below, and this one is to our tester selection chart. And you can, on our tester selection chart, you can click on the item number and it will take you directly to the product page. Stephen, do we have any further questions from the second part of the webinar?
Thanks, Tim. Yeah, just one more question here. Thank you very much for your questions, those who've asked questions. So the question is about touchless testing, and I suppose this is topical at the moment because of the coronavirus and the heightened sense of wanting to look after hygiene type issues. So touchless testing, we actually are about to release an accessory for the 2 testers on the far right of the screen there, so the Combo Tester X3 and the SmartLog Pro. Coming in the next month or so, we will have an accessory that allows you to perform touchless tests. It is only available for those 2 testers, and it will only work for dual wire wrist straps and for footwear, and that's due to technical limitations. Both of those personal grounding methods allow for a loop that doesn't involve the test switch, and we can go into more detail on that so I'll email the person that asked that question and go into a bit more detail. But it is possible to move to a touchless testing method if you're using Footwear or if you're using dual wire wrist straps with those two testers. Tim, that's the only question we have there, so back to you.
Thank you, Stephen. And on your screen, like Stephen says, if you do have any further questions, if anything pops into your mind after the webinar, please don't hesitate to contact me. My contact details are on the screen. Thank you for your time. We do have another webinar next week. It's on work services, and we'll be sending out the registration flyer to you shortly. We hope you can join us for that webinar as well. But thank you again for your time today.